Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engines. Today we're working on a Stihl MS390 chainsaw. I guess it's really hard starting, and once it starts you give it gas and it just dies. So we're going to check the fuel lines, check the fuel filter, check the carburetor, see if we can't get it running good for them. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I dumped the gas out and the gas did smell kind of old. A lot of sawdust build up on the air filter. I'm gonna go ahead and blow this off so we don't get sawdust inside the cylinder when I take the carburetor out. It's one nice big chainsaw there. Okay, let's take that air filter off. The back's just packed full of sawdust too. I'd make it run really rich. Okay, these two nuts right here are either 8mm or 5/16. And before I get too carried away, I need to pop that plug out and see how it was burning. Spark plugs tells a lot on a 2-cycle. So I think we better pop that off real quick. It's burning a little bit on the dry side, but not too bad. It kind of has that lighter brown color to it. Might have to adjust the mixture screws a little bit. Okay, unhook that throttle. There's a little plastic clip where your throttle linkage goes on. Just pop it out and just turn it around and pop it right out. Gotta break this seal a little bit on the fuel line. And there we go. I want to check this fuel line here, because sometimes on these Stihls, where the ribs are, they're like making like little cracks, and they'll like be sucking air up with the fuel. So let me spray some carburetor clear in there and see if that fuel line gets wet. Looks good. And it's coming right through the fuel filter. Still a little bit of sawdust in here. Let me spray off this carburetor a little bit and we'll tear it apart, see what it looks like. This is a Walboro carburetor. And if you need to look up a carburetor kit for one of these, it'll be a HD. There's a HD stamped on the side here. HD221C. Or 210. It's like, looks like a 210. And underneath that there's a L here and an H here. This mixture screws your low end, and that H there, this mixture screws your high end. And they have them tamper resistant screw heads in there, which someone tried tearing them out. So they got these kind of set kind of lean for air pollution, I guess. The kit looks really good. That side looks really, really good. The screen's not plugged up or nothing. Take this little rubber boot off here. That diaphragm's in really good shape too. Needle's working good. It's adjusted right. Well, I'm gonna try popping the little red plastic caps off there. That's probably all it really needs is take them safety caps off where it's only a lot, lets you turn it a little bit. But this carburetor is in really good shape. Okay, I popped them out. You can see where your screws are in there. I don't know if I can, I didn't show you on camera because I don't know if I can get in trouble with that. But see them little divots right there along that red cap? There's like a little pin that lines up with them two right there. When you get that pin lined up with them, just take something like this, go in there, and they just pop right out. That way you can adjust it, because when you buy these saws in the stores, they don't know if you're gonna live up in the mountains or live down there at sea level. And down at sea level, you use less air because there's more air down there than if you're up in the mountains. You need more air. So if you're an avid cutter, you can always fine tune it. Then you can always pop your plug out every now and then to see how it's burning. You just don't want to get it any lighter than that there, because that's kind of the danger zone right there. So if it starts getting any drier than that, you're going to start scoring your piston. I don't know if you can see how it's kind of light brown right there, but that's a good way. That's how you can adjust your mixing screws. The low one's mainly for when it's idling and you give it gas. If it bogs out, you have to turn the low end out a little bit. Then the high end, you give it between 80%, 100% full throttle, and you find the highest for fine tuning that. But when we get started, I'll show you that. Everything here looks really good. So let's put this back together again. But the diaphragm and everything looks really good in here, so I don't see that we need to put a kit in here. Looks like this saw's been well taken care of. That gas did smell kind of funky, maybe it was last year's gas. Or they could have branched down or whatever some time ago, forgot about the gas in the tank. That could be why it ain't doing that, or just they couldn't open up that high anymore because it only allows you to turn it like a half a turn or so, I believe. I want these screws nice and snug, but you don't want to over tighten them, you'll break them heads off. And you don't want that. And one thing good about wheelbarrows, they got these pins. They got these pins, so get it put on there right. So it stays in place. A lot of the Zamas don't have that, but the wheelbarrows have it. That's why I like the wheelbarrows. Okay, let's go ahead and get that put back on the chainsaw and get some gas in there and see what happens. line this fuel line up. Push it on in there. Then there's a vent tube down there. Make sure that one goes in that one too. That's it. That line goes to the cylinder. That's what gives you that pulsation to work the diaphragms and the carburetor. I'm gonna blow that out. These rubber boots put in here, like so. And our linkage. Squeeze the trigger so that plastic piece comes out. Line it up. And just push it down in that clip. Just like that. Go ahead and tighten them down. That plug ain't bad, but I'm gonna put a new one in there. I'll get my gapping gauge. I believe these MS390s are like about 25 or so. We got our new plug. A little gapper here. And go till it's at 25. And there you go. Now I'm going to spray a little bit of WD-40 in here. Just because I don't know when the last time this thing ran. It just kind of gets the rings lubricated till the oil and the gas starts getting up there. It's just a thing I do. So I'm sure a new cylinder head and piston for these 390s, it probably ain't cheap. That nice and snug. I noticed one thing, it's missing that little black piece that goes right here. We'll have to ask them about it if they have it sitting on their bench or something. There's a little black piece that fits in here. All right, before I put it on, just double check. Make sure everything's working. Everything looks good. And when I blew that carburetor clearing the fuel line, and it went through the fuel filter, so that actually there's any stuff on the fuel filter, it blew it on out. Okay, and I noticed the chain was a little bit loose on here. So I'll loosen these two nuts and adjustments right here in the center. A lot of mechanics have their own theories on the chain tightening on these. And nobody's wrong. Everybody has their own opinion, which is fine. There's no wrong way or right way. But to me, like in the center of the bar, you just pick up so just the bottom of the clogs has barely come out. That's how I adjust them. Okay. All we need to do now is put some fuel in there and see what it does. We'll grab the fuel can. And while you're filling it up, it's a good idea to check the bar oil. And it's totally dry. You don't want to start these up with no bar oil because you're going to ruin the oil pump. So a good rule of thumb is every time you put gas in there, put bar oil in there. Or your next product's going to be is put a new oiler in. Okay, here's your decompression button on top. And I'm gonna have the choke on. That's all the way down. I'm gonna pull it till it pops. And once it pops, I'm gonna pull it up 1 notch. That's gonna take it off choke, but still gonna be on fast idle. So, and I got my screwdriver here to adjust the high and the low. That H is high and the L is low. So let's see what happens here. Okay, it popped. Let's flip it 1 notch. Okay, I was just checking the low, and I was giving it gas, and it wasn't cutting out or bogging down, so the low is set pretty much good. So now I'll put on fast idle, and I'll turn the high, and you can kind of hear it. So. Well, that's one heck of a powerful saw. Anyways, I hope this video helps you out. Appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please subscribe. Anyway, you guys have a good afternoon.